Hello, I'm Ross Atkins with Outside Source. This is the extraordinary story of climate change. Vaccines, Europe, the Taliban, Ukraine. Symbolically, it's very important. Let's take this stage by stage. Here's the BBC's Stephen McDonald in Beijing. The West has stepped up sanctions against Russia. Let's look at some of the international reaction. Tell us what you've been hearing. But in practical terms, what does that mean? Next, we have to step back and let's just remind ourselves this is all part of the same story.
Piece the story together with Ross Atkins. Outside Source, tonight at 7 on the BBC News Channel.
Today at 1, heated clashes in the Commons in the last hour over the government's new plan to stop illegal migration to the UK on small boats. Labour said the government is all talk on the issue and no action, but Rishi Sunak claimed only the Conservatives can stop the boats.
It's clear what we stand for, Mr. Peathcote. We're doing what's right. We are acting with compassion, we are acting with fairness, and we are acting to respect the laws and borders of our country.
This is their 5th Prime Minister, their 6th immigration plan, their 7th Home Secretary, and after all this time, all they offer is the same old gimmicks and empty promises.
The BBC says it will have a frank conversation with its star presenter Gary Lineker after he said the language used to launch the government's asylum policy was like 1930s Germany. Also in the programme this lunchtime. An Arctic blast sweeps through many parts of the UK with snow and ice causing some travel disruption. A big rise in the number of dog attacks recorded by police in England and Wales. And a month on from the dramatic rescue of this man from the rubble of the Turkish earthquake, he's reunited with the British search team who saved his life.
And coming up on the BBC News Channel, Andy Murray expects Russian and Belarusian players will be allowed to play at Wimbledon this summer and says he doesn't mind if they do.
Hello, good afternoon. In the last hour, the Prime Minister has been defending his government's new plan to stop migrants arriving illegally in the UK on small boats. Rishi Sunak told the House of Commons that only the Conservatives would stop the boats, but the Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer said the government is simply offering gimmicks and empty promises. Well, the measures announced yesterday would effectively ban those who come here illegally from claiming asylum and require that they be detained and deported. Our political correspondent David Wallace-Lockhart reports.
The Prime Minister has made a bold policy promise.
Can you stop the boats, Prime Minister?
The figures spell out the challenge that Rishi Sunak faces. Small boat crossing